previous class, we have discussed about convectional energy sources. What are the convectional energy sources? Thermal power, nuclear power or the convectional energy sources. Then we discussed renewable energy resources. What are the renewable energy resources? Hydropower, solar energy, wind energy. Then we discussed biomass energy. Then last one is tidal and wave energy. Then we discussed industries. What is industries? Industries refers to the activities which convert the raw material into finished product is called as the industries. Industries can be classified into four types. Okay, on the basis of the sources of raw material, industries are classified into four. What are they? Agro-based industry, forest-based industry, and mineral-based industries. Agro-based industries means use agriculture product as their basic raw material is called as the agro-based industries. Example for agro-based industries: cotton industry, jute industry, silk industries, and sugar industries. Then we discussed forest-based industries. What is forest-based industries? Forests provide us with different types of materials which are used as raw materials for certain industries like paper, lac, sports goods, plywood, etc. Example for forest-based industry: paper industries. Then we discussed mineral-based industry. Mineral-based industries use both metallic and non-metallic minerals or raw material as the raw material. The major mineral-based industries of the countries is iron and steel industry, automobile industry, electrical and electronic industries. Then we discuss software industries. Today class, we are going to learn a new lesson: India population, transport, communication and trade. In this lesson, we are going to learn only population, census, distribution and density of population, population growth and change, migration, then urbanization. First, we are going to see what is population. What is meant by population? The total number of people residing in a country at a specific period of time is called the population. So population is vary from place to place and state to states. India is the second largest population country in the world after China. India covers only 2.4% of the land area of the world, but is the home of about 17.5% of the world population. Next we are going to see census. What is mean by census? In India, the first census taken in the year 1872. But first complete census was taken or introduced in the year 1881 during the period of Lord Ripon. Lord Ripon introduced the census in the year 1881. What is census? Census is an official count, especially of a population. So the census means is the procedure of systematically enumerating and acquiring and recording information. Recording information about the member of a given population. So population of India 1210.19 million as per the 2011 census. India's population is 1,210.1.9 million. There is an increase of 19.31 crores of people when compared to 2001 census. So generally, we are speaking about population is nothing but calculating human resources and also fundamental component. Population is vary from place to place and state to states, but census have taken how many years means census have taken in 10 years. Why should we need for census? It is collecting, compiling, analyzing the data of people living in a country, that is called as census. So this data, why they are collecting this data means this data used for its administrative purpose. State-wise administrative, local-wise administrative, village administrators. What is the more important? of census. Census is very important for administrative purpose based on the population of a country. We have to frame a policy for country. We have then development of the people. The next we are going to see distribution and density of population. What is distribution and density of population? What does mean by distribution and density of population? The both are different terms and aspects. Here population distribution means it is refers to the way of people are spread on the earth's surface. For example, India, each and every state of the population is vary. One state to another state, the population is vary. From one country to another country, population will vary. So this is called the way of people are spaced over the entire earth surface, spread all over the earth, called distribution of population. This is called the distribution of population. Distribution of population in India based on vast variation. So some places will have more number of people, some places will have less number of people, some are highly densely populated areas. So it is vary from one state to another states. Then density of population. Density is nothing but people living in per square kilometer, called as density. Then what is density? Density means people living in a per square kilometer is called as the density of population. Per square kilometer, how many people are living in Chennai? Per square kilometer, how many people living in Pondicherry is called as the density of population. So it will vary from one state to another. How there is variation of distribution of population? Distribution of population in India based on various reasons like maybe availability of natural resources, the amount of resources available in particular place, or number of industries in particular place, or agriculture activities it's prevailing in particular place. So this thing will bring a variation of distribution of population. The areas such as high mountains, arid lands, thickly forest areas and remote areas or remote corners which are not suitable for human habitation. This type of place distribution of population is very low. And also see other factors: prevailing climate, the soil type and the availability of water, industry, transport, urbanization are the major factors which determine the distribution of population. When we speak about a distribution of population, the state of Uttar Pradesh as the most populous state in India with almost 199.5 million people who living. This is called distribution of population. Followed by the states of Maharashtra, 112.3 million people. Bihar, 103.8 million people. West Bengal, 91.3 million people. And Andhra Pradesh and Telangana, 84.6 million people. These 5 states account for half of the country population. In which state has the least population in India? Least populous states of India is Sikkim, 0.61 million people. Delhi with 16.75 million populous tops among the union territories. Then we are going to see uneven distribution of population. What are the factors determine the uneven distribution of population? So physical factor, social factors and historical factors. First we'll see the physical factor. Physical factors already we discussed like climate, soil, water, landforms, natural resources, mineral, energy resources. These are all the physical factor. So we depend upon the climate, soil, water, water. So we surrounded. Next one is socio-economic factor. We can speak about religion. Particular group of people belonging to religion will be concentrated in particular place. Then political issues will be there among the people. Different economic activities, transports, network, industrialization, urbanization, employment, opportunities. These are all comes under the socio-economic factors. The next one is density of population. You know, density of population means number of person per square kilometer. According to 2011 census, actually the average density of population India is 382 person per square kilometer. Bihar is the most densely populated states in India. Arunachal Pradesh is least density of population in India. Among the union territories, Delhi is the densely populated one with 11,297 per square kilometer, while Andaman and Nicobar Island have the lowest density of population. Next, we'll see about the population growth and change. What is an population growth? The growth rate of population is an important demographic features. What is the growth rate? Growth rate is nothing but it is different between live birth rate and death rate. When we calculate the birth rate is the number of live birth rate. We have to consider because sometimes at the time of birth some children may be die. So when 1,000 children born, how many children are alive? That is called as the birth rate. When we calculated the death rate, we have take among 1,000 person, how many have died per 1,000 will give as the death rate. There are different stages of population growth in India. First stage, the period of stagnant population. Look at the table diagram. How will calculate diagram the period of stagnant population 1901 to 1921. How will calculate with the help of the birth rate and death rate. In those days, death rate was greater than the birth rate, but now the death rate is lesser than the birth rate. The period of stagnant population 1901 to 1921. For these 20 years, population of India grew by 15 million. The year 1921 registered a negative growth rate of minus 0.31 percentage. It happened only once throughout the demographic history of India. So it is called the year of great democratic divide. Next one is the period of steady growth of population 1921 to 1951. During the second phase of 30 years 1921 to 1951, the population of India grew by 110 million. Next the period of steady growth of population 1951 to 1981. The population of India grew from 361 million in 1951 to 683 million in 1981. So growth rate is doubled in this period. So this period referred to as the population explosion. It is very high population growth in this period. Then the fourth one, the period of high growth with the definite signs of slowing down. 1981, population of India increased from 685 million to 1,210 million during this phase. So the growth rate of population decreased from one census to another to other. So then the population change, it is refers to an increase or decrease of population of an area from one period to another period. This is called as the population change. Remaining I will be teaching the next class. So migration, what does mean by migration, population composition, age composition, sex ratio, literacy rate, occupational structure, then problems of overpopulation, urbanization. Next class I will teach. Today class, what we discussed, today class population. What is mean by population? The total number of people residing in a country at a specific period of time is called the population of a country. Then census, what is mean by census? Then distribution of population, distribution and density of population, density of population. Then last we discussed population growth and change. Please note down the assignment, students. Distinguish between density of population and growth of population. Thank you, students.